This is A Drink with the Hurricane, the talk show discussing all things growing your home care business. This video is sponsored by Home Care Evolution, where we help home care agencies adapt to changing circumstances, transform their business so that they can thrive for years to come. What is the target customer? Target customer is a what? A nerd. Not a geek, but an acronym. All right? N-E-R-D, write that down vertically. Clients, what does N stand for? Need. Our patients have to have a need, not just a small need. The true target customer has a great need. Next to need, I want you to write equals 5 plus CC, and the CC stands for chronic conditions. Our target customer is somebody with 5 or more chronic conditions. My two ladies over here on the left from Dallas with the hospice business, right? You're looking for people with 5 or more chronic conditions. That's somebody who's probably got a 6-month or less terminal diagnosis, and that is your target customer. That's what you're looking for. For your private pay side of the business, you're also looking for that, because that's the person with the greatest need. Because we all know, or maybe we don't know, it's easier to staff a 40-plus hour a week case than it is to staff a 6-hour a week case. So even though the 6-hour a week client makes, I'm going to help that person too, and I understand it, but the 6-hour a week client is very difficult for us to staff and manage. We spend the majority of our time staffing and restaffing and restaffing and restaffing those minor cases. Those minor cases are the ones that have the highest failure rate, which are the ones that burn our reputation, which are the ones that cause us to get a bad mark on internet when people are giving us a 1-star rating, and this happened, the caregiver didn't show up, they sent 6 different people to my house or whatever, blah, 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 right? That's the clients when they're complaining about the caregivers constantly, the revolving door, right? And we're all laughing because we all know exactly what I'm talking about. But when you have clients that have great need, it's easier to staff it with 1 or 2 caregivers to take care of all the hours that that patient needs. And those caregivers and that client form a relationship. They form a bond, which leads to a superior outcome, which leads to clients staying with you for a long time. Right, Brian? Remember all of our clients we had? We had so many clients with us for years. And it was 1, maybe 2 caregivers taking care of that client, not 15, 16 different people. But every time we had those 15, 16 cases, they didn't get the 15, 16 caregivers because they quit after 3. That's how you build your business. Clients, what does the E stand for? Elderly. All right, we're looking for 65 and older. We can take care of other people, but 65 and older is the primary. What does the R stand for, clients? Resources. You see my non-clients, how good my clients are. This is why their businesses are growing. Resources translates to dollars and cents. I'm going to show you a slide in a second. We'll move forward. What does the D stand for? Disabled and or dementia. You guys are great. Disabled, dementia. Disabled and or dementia. I want you to write down strokes. Stroke is the #1 cause of long-term disability. Whenever we had a client that called us that had a stroke, I knew we'd slam dunk it. We were the best agency for it. Our standard operating procedures. We did caregiver training where they would meet the caregiver at the rehab or the hospital before they came home. We'd bring them in the house. Our nurse opened the case up. She'd spend 2-3 hours there if she had to set the house up. We had care coordinators coming in the house, checking on the client every 7 to 10 days, making sure that they're getting all the care that they're supposed to. And yes, they paid for it. We were the highest price in the marketplace as well. But we provided a superior service that our competitors couldn't touch. That's the reason why everybody went with us. When people would say to me, when I would talk to them about services, I'm going to go through closing and stuff, right? But people would say to me, Steve, the guy down the street, I can go with him for $2 an hour less than you. My response was, you can go with the person down the street for less than that. I won't stop you. But if you want to go with us, I can't do better on the price, but I promise you we're going to take excellent care of your mother. And then they would say, oh, that's all I wanted to hear. Okay, great. And then they sign on a dotted line. Now, 168 hours a week at $2 an hour, you're literally talking about over $300 a week more to be with me. But they went with us because of all the things that we had in place to be able to provide the superior care. And they were happy that they went with us because they didn't have to worry about taking care of mom. They got to come to the house and spend the time with mom before she eventually passed away. Does that make sense, everybody? Right? That's the evolution that I'm talking about.